Our next speaker is going to be Renegade Smith. Okay, he's an activist who fully woke up to the truth back in 2002 and promptly went on a mission to expose that which has been hidden from us. Renegade is an independent singer-songwriter who uses his music as a weapon for truth. He has been doing radio since 2012 and is involved in many Awakened radio shows, is involved with many other Awakened radio show hosts and fellow activists. He created Infinite Source Broadcast Network in 2013, and I've been lucky enough to appear on his show, The New Element. Renegade reached out to a friend, Sean Walden, aka Ninja Scroll, back in 2015 to be his co-host, and ever since they have pursued the truth together on a wide range of topics. And on that note, all right, Renegade, you're up.
What's going on, everybody? Got some notes here to keep me centered. For the youngest speaker here, talk about some energy. Right there it is. I was standing there. That's awesome. We need more of that. We gotta wake our children up, because let me tell you something. Don't expect the system to do so. Don't expect the system to tell the truth ever. Well, kind of what I'm talking about here. Well, a little bit about myself. I found out about this aerial assault pre-9/11, and I kind of blew it off. I was like, okay, he was saying last night it was smoking. I really didn't pay attention to it. So, 2002, 2003, I was handed 5 DVDs. And people were cracking jokes about Alex Jones, and I get it, but he was one of the people that kind of threw a little something out there for me to pick up and look at and run with. First DVD was Terror Storm. That was from him. That one angered me so bad through a TV remote. I couldn't believe the stuff that I was seeing, stuff that I was hearing. The next DVD was In Plain Sight, and it was pretty cool because years later, I never thought this, but I was actually on a radio show with people who created In Plain Sight, the documentary. The next one was called The Nightmare in Dreams, I believe, so it's called My Introduction to the Satanic World of the Illuminati. And that right there is, I started jumping down that rabbit hole. And then the next 2 were Loose Change. And watching that, it was Loose Change 1 and Loose Change 2. And watching that, I was like, my word. I'm sitting here thinking, these guys could have been taken by a box cutter. And this jet honestly crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And I am from Pennsylvania. And, man, I felt like a fool. I felt like a fool. I felt betrayed. When I've often spoken about the levels of waking up. When you jump down that rabbit hole, you're kind of in shock by what you're seeing. Y'all feel that emotion when shock comes over you? Now, all depending on the person, this could be a little different, but after shock, you have the next level, which is kind of like depression a little bit, where you're like, man, and as you're getting into that rabbit hole, you start seeing all these things that are coming against humanity. So as that depression starts usually chipping away, because the anger is starting to set in. You get angry. Oh, I got furious. And then there's one day I said to myself, all right, you make music. I was told to make, just a typical album. I said, I got all this knowledge. I would only be doing the world a disservice if I came out with some nonsense album. So I started speaking truth in my music. That final level is going on a mission to expose and speak truth. And that's what many of us here today do all the time on a regular basis. Show of hands. How many have been called a conspiracy theorist? Ain't that fun? You're a conspiracy theorist. Why don't you research that term before you call me this name? Know where it came from. So, that's one thing I like about the truth movement, as it's called, is the diversity in it. I don't have all the answers. My brain's only this big. But it's great I try to be well-rounded because we do a radio show. So it's great to run into people who are versed in other topics way more than me. whether it be the deadly effects of vaccines, whether it be them poisoning our food through GMOs when they give us fake food from a company that creates chemicals. That blew my mind. There's just so many things that people are more attracted to. Geoengineering. That one got me because it's affecting the world over. You can't, if you want to smoke, smoke. If you want to drink, drink. If you want to snort Ajax on the weekend with your friends, you want to eat Tide Pods, have fun. It's on you, it's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. But we can't stop, but we can stop. But I didn't ask for this. Did any of you ask to be sprayed the stuff in the sky? No, you did not. It was being forced on us, like many other things. So I want to play a little game. Who remembers Simon Says? Come on, kids. Simon Says, stand up. You stand up, right? Simon Says, take your left hand, put your finger in your nose. Right? Now that's fun Simon. That's a good Simon. There's an evil Simon out there. It's called this system. That Simon says, go to school. Get indoctrinated. Simon says, you can take your finger off your nose. Simon says, go to school. Go to school. Some people call them indoctrination centers. They're kind of hard. Then what are you supposed to do when you get done with school? Oh, you can make that, when you get to that crossroads in your life, now should I go to, start a job? Or should I go over here and go to college or technical school and start my adult life off enslaved to debt? We can talk about student loans some other time, but yeah. Simon says to obey and comply. We are expected to do so. Simon, he don't want you thinking for yourself. Simon doesn't want you questioning anything. You are to do as they say. What happens when we all start waking up? Start running your mouths, right? You want to, you're on that mission. You got that fire burning inside. Look at me right here with the microphone. You're doing radio, doing whatever you do. You start speaking out. Simon does not like that at all. You're not supposed to think for yourself. They're, look at school. They tell you what to think. They don't show you how to think. So, you get to that point. Simon's starting to scramble. He don't like people waking up. In the world of magic, you have to check out Penn and Teller, 7 Principles of Magic. World of Magic and Illusions. I was listening to that and I'm like, wow, this stuff really applies to the way these elites operate. Some illusions don't like doing what they do because they don't like to lie, so to speak. These people thrive on lies. A lot of us believe these lies until you reach that point. So there's 2 things that they do. For one, in illusion and magic, you have what's called misdirection. You lead someone over here, where you're showing your right hand, meanwhile over here, your left hand, you're doing something else, but they're focused to that. Contrails, that's a contrail. How about this one, the new cloud formations? We all of a sudden got new clouds. You look at the thing, oh, those are chemtrails. Oh, but it says here they're contrails. I guess we're to believe Simon, right? The next one is deception. Their whole thing with deception is to deceive a person. Basically tell them lies, right? Their thing is it's a complex lie because it's made up of a whole bunch of different lies. It's quite sad. Me personally, I couldn't sleep at night if I was one of these people. It's just it blows my mind. So, with the deception, how many of you believe the government is here to protect us? Anybody? We have new takers, okay. That's great. What they want to do more and more is they want you to trade your freedom for a little bit of security. Now think about this. Think about this. How much freedom is in a maximum security prison? I'm telling you, this is the thing. So, government, they can't protect us on some of these very basic levels. Our water, The very thing we need to live. If you watch that show, Naked and Afraid, they go 21 days without eating food. It don't take long to die off if you don't have water. So they're always scrambling for that water source. You gotta have that water. What's going on with our water? They're putting toxic chemicals in it. Here's some chlorine. Great. I just ruin the flavor of my water and put a chemical in it. Here's some fluoride. Oh, it's to protect your teeth. Believe that. That's sarcasm. Pharmaceuticals. It's another thing being found in water today. Here's one for you too. Checking the weather. You can kind of believe that, I guess. And I'm looking and I'm like, what is this? What is this reading here? The Great Lakes, the drinking water, or people who make the beer, they're finding in the water what's called microplastics. Microplastics. And the funny thing is, they don't know where it's coming from. What are they spraying on us? You ever hear of Morgellons? These fibers that they showed a picture of was the Morgellon fiber. Those little fibers, it's a byproduct. And I did a show about that a couple years ago, and I was greatly disturbed. You ever hear of the Pacific garbage patch? It's a massive dump in the Pacific Ocean. It's all this plastic and tires and all this stuff that's just there in the Pacific Ocean. Fish are coming up, feeding all the parts of plastic that are, going down in the water. Plastic is something else too. I should have more time. I talk about industrial hemp. Our food. So the government is not protecting us with the water, okay? They don't seem to care. Oh, one more thing real quick on that. Good friend of mine named Judd. He does ground core samples. And when you're going down by Philly, you'll see all these look like baseballs as you're going down by sports centers and stuff. These are gasoline-filled tanks. So they go in, roll down, pull a ground sample out. He said as soon as you get down like 6 inches to a foot, this water starts coming up and looks like a rainbow. He goes, I go, well, what did you do? Well, did you tell the EPA? He laughed and he goes, they don't care. It's all about money. He says, do yourself a favor, don't ever go fishing on the Schuylkill River and definitely don't eat anything that's coming out of it. Are they protecting us? The Environmental Protection Agency, they don't see nothing. We're just going to stand over here like this and we'll suffer and deal with this. So our water, the government's not protecting us from the poisoning of our water. I just turned the page to actually turn to, okay, our food. GMOs. I'm sure we all know what those are. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a chemical manufacturing company that now all of a sudden wants to make food. Pesticides. They are pummeling us with these nerve agents from, I guess, World War II? Microwaves. How many use a microwave? Shame on you. Do a little research on those. You don't want to use them. You go out to eat, especially with these fast food places, and they hand you this nice warm burger. Well, it's put in the microwave to kill all the nutrients. All right. Last one. Are they protecting us in the air we breathe?
No. Not at all.
We have multiple pollutants. We've had the government even, I can't believe some of the stuff I was reading. They would love to do experiments on us without us knowing what it thinks on that's going in the skies. So in the air, we have allergens that kick up due to weak immune systems. Because all this stuff that's going on, what we're not being protected from, is harming our immune systems. Greatly harming our immune systems. Allergies are huge with this. We have many other issues that are going on. So our air, chemtrails. You can, I know I can, on days that they are heavily pummeling us, you can smell it. You can smell it. It's disgusting to me. So, we need sunlight. We need sunlight. How dare you take that away from me? For one, it creates natural vitamin D in your body, which has been proven to fight all big pharma's cold and flu. Yes, I did call it big pharma for all you people out there, because they own it. It fights it off. You need that sunlight. You need that natural vitamin D. It also helps with depression. I love Pennsylvania. beautiful state, but I hate it in the wintertime. You always sit indoors, it's cold out, I can't stand the cold. But everyone during that time of year is inside, you're not getting that direct sunlight. Therefore, you get sick. You gotta get that sunlight. What are they doing? They're blocking it. They're put those lines down in the sky, and next thing you know, they're all bleeding together, you have this Milky Way haze up there. So, let's get back to chemtrails. How many of you have seen a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch? Raise your hand. No one? Okay. How many have you seen the Loch Ness Monster? Anybody? Raise your hand. No? Okay. How many of you have seen a ghost? Okay. Prove it. How many of you seen a chemtrail? Let's all go outside right now, so I just got a little bit ago, and I can prove to you that they're real. We're not chasing Bigfoot. We're not chasing the Loch Ness Monster. You can look out that door right now, and you're going to look up, and they are there. These things are not ghosts. They are not these hairy creatures running around the woods making funny noises and throwing massive boulders at you as you drive by. They are right there for you to see. And I don't get when people go into contrail. No, this stuff's not real. If you believe that these things are contrails, you have been conned. You have been fooled, you have been lied to. So basically, yes, we are under attack. We are under attack mentally. Give me one, someone, raise your hand, or just blurt out, how are we being attacked mentally? No, don't get there. Mentally, okay? Physically, we are under attack physically.
5G.
5G, smart meters.
My son has uranium, aluminum, cadmium, barium, strontium.
Aluminum, everything. Lithium, red blood cells falling from the sky.
He was 1.5. He had 6 times the average uranium in him.
Wow. So, mentally we're being attacked. I mean, you go to the indoctrination center, they're going to feed you a full bunch of nonsense. Some people don't know what is true. Some people think that red is blue. It's crazy. So, we're being attacked mentally, physically, and
spiritually.
There you go. Big time. So you think about it, when I mentioned about the levels of being awake, the second one, depression, that hurts your soul. That hurts your soul. And all that negativity, that when you jump down that rabbit hole, everything that's down in there is so negative. It is so evil. From the God of this world, I'm not talking about Heavenly Father, I'm talking to the one that's here, the evil one. It will bring you down quick. Very quick.
What time is it now?
I don't know. Time for you to get a watch, right?
Sorry, I'm all into your screens right now.
17 minutes.
You got 7 hours left.
7 hours. I need a drink. So yes, we are under attack. And it really, that's why we're all here. Because we want to speak out. You want to get the word out. You know, they say that we need the numbers. I like the people out there too that are taking this into the judicial system. Trying to pass laws to stop these crimes against humanity. I consider chemtrails an act of terrorism. Would you not all agree?
Yes.
Like I said, you know, like I said earlier, you want to smoke, smoke. You want to drink, drink. You want to snort Ajax on the weekend with your buddies and eat Tide Pods, go for it. That's your choice. This is not our choice. So, to wrap this up, you need to know who you are, especially in a day and age when we are under all these levels of attack, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Especially when it comes to the mind. You're watching a television. They have what's called programming. Television, program. Television, hell-vision. They have this called programming. They call these things programming for a reason, because they're programming your mind. You know, it goes back to these indoctrination centers that are telling you what to think, not how to think. So you need to know who you are, especially in this day of subliminal messages and everything else. Ninja School mentioned Project Blue Beam earlier. Lakes in the sky with metals. You know, a little projection going on up there. There's a lot you can do with it. Never waver. Like I said earlier, how many of you have been called a conspiracy theorist? Don't waver. Keep leading by example. And you know what? Don't let it break you down either. Because that's what the enemy wants. It wants you to shut your mouth and be timid and not take your stance, not stand your ground. not sit here and basically warn the world on all this poisoning that is going on. Finally, speak out. Do you see this shirt right here? If you do not like to speak, get something like this. Where's my brother David? Hey, come on, stand up. See it? There it is. That is called speaking out and not saying a word. You don't have to open your mouth. Sport some cool gear like this. You got it. So I want to thank Madison for inviting me. It's been an honor. It's great to actually get time to sit down and talk with people and get to know people. Laugh. Laughter is huge, especially in this negative times that we live in. Especially when you're in that rabbit hole. It's good to take that blue pill. We were talking about the blue pill earlier. So I just want to thank all the speakers here too. You all are doing an amazing job. And I applaud all of you. Keep speaking out. And let's change this corruption. Let's change this system of lies, this system of hoaxes, this system that is actually coming against humanity. And let's stop these crimes. We can do it. We have to unite as humanity. So I drop the mic. Boom.
That was wonderful. So wonderful. Such a different point of view from each person, but we're all pretty much saying the same thing, just a different way. All right, next up is going to be Richelle Leone.
All right.
She's an artist.
Great job, Renegade. My man, you did me a wonderful job, wonderful speech. Tell me everything, how you felt out there, and give me your thoughts on everything.
I felt nervous at first, but I started getting angry.
We saw the anger, and it's great. It's needed.
First, I was going to drown, like, get a drink real quick. That's the way to get a drink. That's how we do.
That's it. Good job, brother. Thank you, Chris.
Bringing the word and bringing the truth to the people.
Amen, brother. Amen.
We will not waver. We will not waver. We will not be silent. We'll keep running. Look, speaking without opening my mouth.
When will you ever learn? How many more times will you get burned? Don't be fooled by the suit and tie. They are politicians, all they do is lie. You think by now, every single American would have figured this out? No, many never do. They would rather live blind.